Hi everyone, I am Brigitte G. Turquesa and I will be discussing about preparation of raw materials for preserving fruits and vegetables under Chapter 10 entitled Food Preservation. For vegetarians and other concerned citizens dyan, yung mga gustong interested dito, na gaya ko is, this will be useful for us, so stay tuned until the end of this presentation. Sa topic na ito, we will discuss the correct way of preparing foods and vegetables for effective preserving. In preparing foods kasi, may mga bagay tayong ginagawa sa pag-prepare ng mga gulay or prutas na minsan is hindi tayo aware na hindi pala ganun dapat. For example, sa paghugas ng mga fruits and vegetables, it is best and advisable to wash them before opening, peeling, or slicing them. Yung iba sinasabi na kapag hinuhugasan yung gulay or prutas after mabalatan or may slice, sinasabi nila na natatanggal daw yung ibang nutrients. Maybe true, pero the main reason for that, washing them first, mga gulay and vegetables is para maiwasang ma-transfer yung dirt or any bacteria na galing sa balat papunta sa flesh niya, which is yun yung kinakain natin. So, itong ibang mga i-discuss ko na fruits and vegetables ay they're not common here in the Philippines, but I believe they're all available in the market, in our market. So, yung iba lang siguro is expensive kasi nga ini-import pa natin sila. Next, we will be discussing first the fruits. Okay, so for the fruit preparation in preservation. So, mga prutas muna tayo. First on the list we have apple. So wash them, peel, core, and slice crisp and firm. So in preparing fruits and vegetables naman, we always have to wash all of them first bago natin galawin, di ba? And here's the picture. So remove the outer part or this peel, then core because apple has seeds, and slice crisp or just like this on the picture. Ganito siya kanipis and then firm. And one way of maintaining the firmness of an apple is that refrigerating them right before buying them in the market. Next, we have apricots. So, itong apricots, hindi siya medyo common dito sa Philippines. Wash, halve, and pit firm. With apricots, peel and slice if desired. So, dito naman, if apricots are not peeled, heat in boiling water from half minutes to keep skins from toughening during freezing in cooled water, then drain. So, it depends upon your reference if you want to keep the peel or if you want to keep the skin or remove it. So, if you want to remove it, then just remove it. So, next, this is the appearance of apricots if they are sliced. And also, on this picture, ganito yung size ng apricots. Malilit lang siya. And also, apricots have seeds. That is why we need to remove it bago mo i-preserve. Next, we have the avocados, which is season nila ngayon. So, if you have lots of avocados, then you can use this way to preserve them. You can use these preparations to preserve them effectively. So, select avocados that yield gentle pressure with breed free from dark blemishes. Breed free from dark blemishes. That means that you have to select avocados which are yung mga makikinis, free from dark spots. Kasi yung quality ng avocado is nade-determine mo siya sa peel niya kasi kapag smooth at saka makinis yung peel ng avocado, that means maganda din yung sa loob ng avocado natin. Then peel fruit, remove the outer part, cut in half and remove it. Avocados are Also, avocados have seeds, so you have to remove this one. Avocados are best frozen as puree, unsweetened for salads, and salad switches, sweetened for other uses. So, ano nga ba itong puree? So, itong puree is ganito siya. You can achieve this puree by crushing the avocados. So, you have two choices here. You can either make unsweetened puree and sweetened puree. Depends on the purpose and use. Next, we have bananas. Bananas. So, select firm ripe bananas. So, you have to select firm bananas kasi the firmness of a banana will determine its freshness. So, peel, mash thoroughly, add 1/2 teaspoon ascorbic acid per cup of mashed banana. Pack in moisture vapor-resistant container. So, itong banana kasi is kapag na-peel mo na siya, natanggal na yung peel is nagkukulay brown siya, which is what we call the oxidation. So, that process is called the oxidation. So, in order to retard that or mapabagal yung pagkulay brown ng banana is we use ascorbic acid. And then, pack in moisture vapor resistant container. So, make sure that you pack the bananas, you have tightly sealed the bananas so that walang makakalabas at makakapasok na moist. Next is the berries. So, blackberries or the dewberries. So, for blackberries and dewberries, you have to wash and sort it fully ripe. Not fully ripe. Firm berries, discard soft or defective, defective berries. So, kapag firm yung berries, keep it. And then, just keep the good ones. And then, kapag soft yung berry, just discard them. Next is cherries. We have two types of cherries. We have the sour cherries and sweet cherries. The difference is, as you can see on the picture, the color of sweet cherries is much darker than sour cherries. So, of course, sweet cherries mas matamis kaysa sa sour cherries. So, for sour cherries, prepare them for preservation by washing, steaming, and pit brightly ripened cherries. So, the same preparation is done with sweet cherries. So, why do we need to steam cherries? So, we have to steam cherries in order to uh, para mapalambot natin, to soften the cherries and for easy removal of the seed, and that is what we call the pit. So here is what cherry pitting looks like. So cherry pitting is, as you can see here on the picture, this cherry that is cut into half has a seed inside. So you have to remove it by making a hole inside. So you have to make a hole through the cherry in order to push the seed. So that is the cleanest way of removing the seed of a cherry. Next we have melons, cantaloupe, honeydew or watermelon. So this one's the watermelon. Alam naman natin yan kasi most of us have already eaten this one. Next is the honeydew. This one, the yellow with white flesh, and the cantaloupe with yellow flesh. So select firm flesh, well colored. So yung mga matitingkad yung kulay, and then sa mga nakakain na ng mga watermelon, ma-determine mo talaga na fresh yung watermelon kapag yung flesh niya is parang crunchy siya, ganun. And then, remove and peel. Then, cut into slice, cubes, or balls. So, ball shapes can be achieved by using scoop. Next, we have the peaches or nectarines. So, sort, wash, and peel ripened fruits. As you can see here in the nectarines, we have a seed. So, you have to pick this one kasi Peel this one in order to remove the seed. Next, pears. Wash, peel, core, and slice crisp, firm, well-flavored pears. So, if you can still remember, the preparation for pears and apple are just almost the same. So, you have to core it because it has a seed inside. So, select well-flavored pears kasi minsan may mga peras sa market na alam mo yung walang lasa, yung ganun. Then, next is pineapple. 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 So, select firm, ripe pineapple with full and aroma. So, kapag itong pineapple kasi kapag hinog na siya is nangangamoy na siya. Yung nangangamoy na yung mabango na siya. Then, pare and remove core and ice. So, lahat naman siguro tayo is nasubukan ng kumain ng pineapple and also know how to peel them and yung mga parts na kailangan tanggalin gaya ng sa ice niya. Then slice, dash, crush, or cut the pineapple into wedges or sticks depending on your preferences. Next, we have raspberries. Wash and drain full, well-colored berries. So raspberries, we have raspberries here in the Philippines and we call it the sampinit. Then medyo blurred yung picture, pero okay lang. Nakikita niyo naman. Next is we have the strawberries. Wash and remove cuts from fully ripe, firm berries with a deep red color. So, deep red color, yung mga lighter kasi yung kulay, light red color is yun kasi yung kadalasan na maasim. So, deep red colors are sometimes taste sweet. Okay, so now we're done with the fruit preparations. So if I have to discuss all the fruits out there, it will take us a lot of time. So uh, I just discuss some of them. So next we are going to discuss vegetable preparation for food preservation. So first on the list we have the asparagus. So in asparagus, you have to wash it thoroughly, sort by size, cut it in 2-inch lengths or leave in spears. Spears means ito yung stem ng ating asparagus. Ito yung spears na. You can either choose to cut them or either leave them as it is. So blanch, cool, and drain then package. So itong blanch is that one more thing about the vegetables is they are best prepared using the blanch method. So their blanch method is used in order to retain its nutritive value. So it is done by putting vegetables into a boiling water for about 2 to 3 minutes and then putting them into an iced water. So from boiling water, mainit into cooled. Next, we have the beans. There are two types of beans. We have the green or wax. So, wax beans are very unusual kasi para sa akin kasi green beans lang naman yung nakikita ko dito. So, select yung tender beans, wash and remove ends. So, this applies for both beans. So, leave whole, slice or cut into 1-inch, 2-inch lengths. Blanch also, cool and drain, pack, leaving no headspace, seal, and then freeze. So, itong wax beans pala is, as you can see, it is a type of edible beans known for their bright yellow coloration. So, because sa picture is white siya, pero bright yellow yung color niya. So, they are the same with the string beans or the green beans. Next, we have broccoli. So, for the broccoli, you have to wash and trim them. Okay. If insects are present, soak 1/2 hour in solution of the teaspoon salt to 1 gallon of cold water, then split. So, dahil na sa structure nitong broccoli, kung mapapansin nyo ito, ang structure niya sa leaves niya is Mahirap talagang matanggal yung insects or worm niya kahit hugasan mo siya sa running water. Ang sabi dito, you have to soak or ibabad mo siya half hour in a solution of teaspoon salt and 1 gallon of cold water. Then, yung insects or yung worm na naglalagi dyan is they will use kusang aapaw yan. Next, we have cabbage. Cabbage for cooked dishes. So, select fresh, compact heads. So, madedetermine mo sa market na compact heads yung cabbage kapag hinawakan mo siya and mabigat. So, usually kasi yung mga cabbage is may mga space siya dyan. Then, make sure na insects are present. Of course, trim, removing the coarse outer leaves. Wash and sort, blanch, cool and drain, then package, seal, and then freeze. Next, we have carrots. Carrots for the eyes, good for the vision, as it is rich in vitamin A. So, select tender milk-flavored carrots, remove tops, to the leaves, wash and peel, leave small carrots whole, sa mga maliliit daw. Cut other in 1/4 inches cubes, thin slices, or lengthwise strips. Blanch, cool, and drain package, then tightly seal, and then freeze. Next, we have cauliflower. So, choose tender, firm, snow white heads, mga puti daw. Break into pieces about 1 inch across. Wash if insects are present. If insects are present, soak 1/2 hour in solution of 4 teaspoon salt to 1 gallon of cold water, then drain. Blanch, cool promptly and drain, tightly package, seal, and then freeze. So in washing this cauliflower, it's the same method as to washing the broccoli. Ayun, isosoak mo siya in a solution of 4 teaspoon salt to 1 gallon of water. Next, we have celery. For cooked dishes naman, select mga crispy, tender stalks. The stalks of celery are this one, itong stem niya. Then which are free from strings. So the strings is, ito yung napupull out mo siya, or more like the outer part of its stalks. So wash thoroughly, trim and cut stalks into 1 inch lengths. Blanch, cool promptly and drain, package, seal, and then tightly seal and then freeze. Next, we have corn on the cob. So, corns are considered as vegetables pala. So, on the cob of a corn means yun yung hard part ng ating corn, yung tinatawag nilang ambuligam sa Ilocano. So, sabi dito, sort ears according to sizes. So, itong ears na sinasabi dito sa corn is that yung etong corn na buong ito, it is called as the ears. So, small ears, 1 and 1/4 inches or less in diameter. So, sort them according to their size of diameter. So, small, medium, large yan. Then, blanch, cool completely and drain. Package, tightly seal, and then freeze. Next, we have eggplant. So, in eggplant, we have different sizes and varieties. So, there are white eggplants, dark-colored eggplants, lighter ones, yellows, and different sizes, different colors and sizes. Then, when preparing eggplant for preservation, you have to wash, peel, and slice 1/3 inch thick, blanch in gallon of water containing 4 1/2 teaspoon citric acid or 1/2 cup lemon juice. Cool and drain, package, seal, and freeze. So, it's either use a citric acid or cup lemon solution para ito na naman yung pumapasok dito yung oxidation process. Kapag ang eggplant kasi kapag nai-slice siya is yung flesh niya is nagkukulay brown. So you have to use a solution of water and citric acid or cup lemon to retardate the oxidation process. Next, we have the mustard or turnips. So seal and then freeze. But of course, hindi siya nakalagay dito. We have also to wash mustard or turnips. Itong mga mustasa. So, next we have fresh herbs for cooked dishes. So, wash, drain, and pat dry with paper towels. Wrap a few sprigs or leaves in freezer. Freezer wrap and place in a freezer bag. Then seal and freeze. So, wala yan. So, ang most common na ginagamit na herbs is ang rosemary, ang mint, ano pa ba, parsley para sa ating mga parsley. Ito, parsley. For the, minsan ginagamit ang parsley sa garnishing and for plating. Then next, we have mushrooms. Mushrooms is vegetable pala. Then next, choose mushrooms free of spots. Okay, so walang blemishes or dark spots. Makinis siya dapat. Sort by size, wash and trim ends. Trim the ends kasi sometimes din yung nakadikit sa lupa. For better color, soak 5 minutes in a solution of 1 pint water and 1 teaspoon lemon or 1.5 teaspoon citric acid. You can choose either of these two, lemon or citric acid. Blanch and then cool and then drain. Next, we have okra or the lady's finger in English. So, aside from the nutritive value of okra, okra is really good for the body as it serves as a natural lubricant for the intestinal tract. So, dito, you have to wash the okra, separate into small buds, 94 inches. So, ang sinasabi dito ang buds is yung okra mismo, the okra itself. Then, remove the stems at the end of the seed cells. Okay, so the stem, tanggalin natin, and then blanch, cool, and then drain. So, leave whole or slice crosswise depending on your preference. So, package, tightly seal, and then freeze. Next is the green onions. So, young green onions may be chopped for salads and sandwiches and frozen without blanching. So, green onions can be preserved without the use of blanching method. So, they will be highly flavored. Oo, mariretain yung flavor niya. But maybe slightly tough kasi nga nailagay na siya sa freezer. Or na-refrigerate na siya kaya tumigas na. Next is onion rings. So, itong onion rings, these are ready-made na onion rings. Ang gagawin mo na lang is kukunin sa refrigerator and then i-fry na lang. So, ito siya. Onions, wash, peel, and slice the onions. Then, separate them into rings. Separate mo para makabuo ka ng rings. Next, we have blanch it. Cool promptly, drain, and coat with flour. Dip in milk, coat with a mixture of equal parts cornmeal and package mix. Arrange in a single layer on a tray. Freeze, pack into containers using plastic, then tightly seal and freeze. So to serve, fry frozen rings until golden brown. So ito na yung finished product mo. Next on the list is the peppers. So we have two types of peppers. We have the hot peppers or the sweet peppers. So hot peppers or siling labuyo, or sometimes may mga hot peppers talaga. Kahit na ganitong itsura niya is may mga hot peppers din ganyan. So, in hot peppers, wash and remove the stems. For the package, seal and then freeze. So, sweet peppers, ito bell peppers. Wash, cut in half, if desired, into 1/2 inch strips or rings for use in cooked dishes. Blanch. Kapag cooked dishes ang panggagamitan, do the blanching method, then cool and drain. So, if not naman, if if you are to use sweet peppers in uncooked dishes, do not blanch. So package, seal, and then freeze. So sweet peppers, depends on your preference kung gusto mong i-cut into strips or into rings. Next, we have the potatoes. So potatoes are root crops, so you have to wash them thoroughly. So it is advisable also that you wash them before peeling and also after peeling. So select new potatoes directly from the garden. Kung may garden kayo, magtanim kayo ng potatoes para fresh. Then peel or scrape and then wash. Then blanch and cool, package, seal, and then freeze. So sa package, you can use a jar. In, you can use a jar and then tightly seal it. So sa lahat ng mga nabanggit kong fruits and vegetables, you can use jars. We have pumpkin and squash. So select mature squash or pumpkin, wash, cut into small pieces. Then cook until soft boiling water in steam. Remove pulp from rind, mash, cool, and then freeze. So for the squash, squash has the same preparation for the pumpkin kasi the same lang din naman sila. So ang difference lang is that the color. Ito orange, ito naman is green. Sometimes ito yellow. And also, pumpkin can grow a lot bigger than squash. Another is that pumpkin is grown in different country while squash is grown here in the Philippines. Next, we have sweet potatoes, a kind of root crop. Wash, sort sweet potatoes according to size. Cook until tender in water. Steam. Use steaming in cooking. To prevent whole or sliced sweet potatoes from darkening, dip for 5 seconds in solution of 1 tablespoon citric acid or 1/2 cup lemon juice per quart of water. Package, seal, and then freeze. So dito sa sweet potatoes, why do we need to sort this according to its size? So in cooking sweet potatoes kasi, the larger ones are put inside the pot para mas maluto siya ng maigi kasi mas mahirap maluto yung mga malalaking sweet potatoes kumpara sa mga maliliit. Kaya yung maliliit nilalagay lang sa ibabaw. Next for the tomatoes, wash, dip in boiling water for 30 seconds to loosen skin. Peel core kasi may remove the seeds. Leave whole or cut in pieces. So, depende kung anong gusto mo. You can leave it whole, pero natanggal yung seeds or just cut it into pieces. Then, package, seal, and freeze. Now that we are done with the preparation of raw fruits and vegetables for preservation, let's proceed in the process of preserving them. So, I'll be discussing to you the one of the popular method of preserving food, which is pickling. It is popular as it is really easy to be done and only needs cheap ingredients. Pickling, which is also known as brining or corning, is defined as the process of preserving food by anaerobic fermentation in brine to produce lactic acid or marinating and storing it in an acid solution, which is usually the vinegar. So, ang brine dito is ito yung solution ng salt in water. So the resulting food is called a pickle or sometimes pickled, may letter D. For example, papaya pickle or pickled cucumber. In pickle, you can either decide whether you want a salty pickle or sour pickle. So another distinguishing or distinguishable characteristic of pickling is that the pH of a pickle is less than 4.6, which is sufficient to kill most of the bacteria. And pickling effectively extends the shelf life of food as it can preserve perishable foods for months. So you can store foods for months through pickling. Next is antimicrobial herbs and spices such as mustard seed, garlic, cinnamon, or cloves are often added. For the next slide, in pickling, the acidity or salinity of the solution, which is the pickling, the temperature of fermentation, and the exclusion of oxygen determine microorganism which microorganisms dominate and determine the flavor of the end product. So, for example, kapag masyadong madaming nilagay na salt, so, of course, magiging salty yung pickle natin. Next, we have here, pickling versus canning. So, ito. Pickling does not require that the food be completely sterile before it is sealed. So, canning kasi is uh, another method in preservation. So in pickling, it doesn't require that the food be completely sterile before it is sealed, as it is already immersed in acid solution, which is sufficient enough to kill the bacteria that is present in the food. Okay, next slide. So in this slide, when both salt concentration and temperature are low, this leuconostoc mesenteroids dominates, which produces mix of acids, alcohol, and aroma compounds. While on the other hand, this Lactobacillus plantarum naman, ito yung nag-dominate at a higher temperature, unlike leuconostoc mesenteroids that dominates at a lower temperature. So Lactobacillus plantarum produces mainly lactic acid. Many pickles start with leuconostoc muna, and then it changes to lactobacillus with higher acidity. So, ano nga ba tong lactobacillus? So, lactobacillus is a type of friendly bacteria. So, if you are drinking Yakult, then you are getting this type of bacteria, which is friendly. Okay, so next slide, we have the pickling solution. The main ingredients in the pickling solution. So as I have mentioned earlier, pickling uses cheap ingredients which makes it easier and convenient for everyone to try this out in their homes. Sometimes if you want to add some flavor in your solution, then you can add alum and turmeric. So here it is. So this is alum. So alum is this one. Ito yung drog na. Ito naman yung alum na hindi pa drog. So alum is used in small amounts. Using alum helps in creating a crisp pickled fruits or vegetables. So alum can add crispiness in your pickled fruits or vegetables. So here is the turmeric. So aside from turmeric's antimicrobial activity in your pickle, ito yung turmeric. It also helps in adding color. So as you can see, matingkad yung kulay, yellow. And aroma to your solution. So if you want to add aroma and color to your solution, you can add turmeric. For the final syrup of our pickle solution, the final syrup should be at least 2.5 acetic acid. So you can use higher than 2.5%. While on the other hand naman, kapag lower than 2.5% acetic acid ang ginamit is yung pickle natin is up to spoilage or madaling mapapanis. For the ingredients, the vinegar. Vinegar gives flavor to pickles, makes the product crisp, and acts as preservatives. So we do have a lot of variety of vinegars in the market. So ang recommended is the apple cider vinegar kasi ito yung mostly na ginagamit. However, apple cider vinegars can be really expensive. So cane vinegars can be a good substitute. Next is sugar. Sugar acts as preservative mainly by increasing the density of the pickle solution. And also, of course, it adds sweetness in our solution. Next, we have spices, the add-ons. Next, most common spices added to pickled products are whole cloves, whole allspice, celery seed, mustasa seeds, cinnamon sticks, and pepper. Next slide, we have the preservation. So the preservation of fruits. There are several products which are preserved using high concentration of sugar. These are jellies, jams, marmalade, conserves, and candied fruits. So we'll discuss this as we go on to our slide. The first one, jelly. Jelly is a beautiful colored, transparent product which is made from not less than 45 parts by weight of sugar concentrated to not less than 65% soluble solid. So it is a tender texture. It is made from fruit pectin acid and sugar. Next we have the jam. Contains both fruit juice and pieces of the fruits or vegetables. Flesh, also defined as cooked and gelled fruit or vegetables purees or made from crushed fruits cooked with sugar to a thick consistency. So uh, there are lots of fruits and vegetables that we can uh, make as a jam. For example, we have blueberry jam, ube jam. So we use jams as a spread sometimes. Next is marmalade. Clear jelly-like mixture in which suspended small or thin slices of fruit or peel are seen. It is made from the juice and peel of fruits. So as you can see in this example, you can see some slices of fruits and sometimes also yung peel ng fruits is added. For example, we can make orange marmalade. Next, we have conserve or preserved fruit, a product which is composed of whole small fruits or pieces of large fruits cooked in heavy syrup until clear and somewhat translucent. Ganito yung example ng conserved or preserved fruit. Next is candied fruits. It is cooked by progressively increasing sugar concentration for thorough penetration of syrup. Prepared in the same manner as preserves, but instead of packing with syrup, the plump fruits are carefully dried to overcome stickiness. So here are our candied fruits. They are cooked with increasing sugar concentration. For an effective pickling, we have here the pickling do's and don'ts. So make sure to remember this one as you go through pickling kapag gagawa na ka ng pickling. First, we have here select your product. So choose the best quality. For example, consider the firmness, the freshness, the outer part kung madaming dark spots or blemishes. Piliin mo yung makinis. So, para ma-consider na best quality talaga yung yung fruits and vegetables na gagamitin mo, it is best to pick them out in the garden directly. So, for example, cucumbers and tomatoes are best of pickled on the day that are harvested. Fruits may be slightly underripe. Next is check your equipment. Use a stove or clean wooden container for curing and fermentation. A glass jar container may also be used for cooked pickles in bottle or enamelware, glass or stainless steel spoons for stirring. So make sure to use the appropriate equipment. Okay, next. Work quickly to conserve freshness. So apply this method to avoid deterioration and avoid delaying of pickling. So make sure to use your time wisely. So, para ma-conserve yung freshness ng mga fruits and vegetables natin is dapat gumalaw ka ng mabilis. Kasi the longer na nililive yung fruits and vegetables lang dyan is na bumababa yung freshness niya. Next, choose your method. So, use modern pickles recipe, follow the suggested procedures within reason, and taste the pickles before storing them in a cool and dry place. and do not place them in direct sunlight to retain its taste. So we have a lot of different recipes out there in the internet, so you can just look through them. Then we have here, follow the suggested procedures. So make sure not to skip a step on that procedure para maging effective yung pickling solution mo. And also, do not store them in a cool and dry place. Don't place them in direct sunlight. Next is, watch your time table. Increase the salt concentration as called for in the suggestion procedure. So if the procedure asks for a higher salt concentration, then do it. So that's it for my report. So thank you for listening.